Hello, everybody. I am Rue, and this is my YouTube channel, Rue with the Books. If you have been here before, welcome back. It's great to see a friendly face, and if you're new here, then welcome. We do book stuff here. In this video, I am going to be doing a quiz to find out what kind of reader am I, because I think it's good to know oneself. And I'm sure some very smart people have compiled a list of questions to help answer that question. So I can know what I like a little bit more and see whether the answer matches what my opinion or my kind of knowledge of myself is. Yeah, it'll be fun to compare. It'll be fun to find out. And it'll be fun to see what your guys' answers are if you do the quiz too. But before we get into that, if you could just take a second to press the like button to help spread me around in the algorithm and get Rue's name out there, that'd be absolutely awesome. I would really, really appreciate it. Every thumbs up, every like helps so much, absolutely tremendously. And while you're down there, if you'd like to press the subscribe button, that would be fantastic too, because I upload at least twice a week, so I can put some consistent content into your subscription feed and give you that little dose of Booktube that you might so be craving. And one more final notice. It is cold. It is windy. It might be snowing. The leaves are falling off the trees. So be sure to get a nice little beverage. I have coffee here to help warm you up, warm your hands so you can be cozy alongside this Rue with Books video, because that is the aesthetic that we are striving to achieve. So yeah, beverage check completed. In my preparation for this video, I went ahead and just quickly blitzed through a few quizzes to try to find the best one. I did not answer anything truthfully, so I did not get my actual results. And the reason I'm saying this is because the website I'm using, Bookfinity, the way the quiz works is once you complete the quiz, it asks you to sign up. So I will still need to do that, so I'll cut that bit out. But I just want to say that this is not a sponsored video or anything, and it's not an advert. I am just genuinely curious as to what my reading taste is. And I'm hoping to get some more information out of this. So yeah, just to throw that out there too. Okie dokie, right, so let's start the quiz. Alright, so discover your reading personality and create your Bookfinity account. Start by taking our Bookfinity reader type quiz. Let's get started. Welcome, what's your name? So my name is Rue with the Books. And I'm not going to fast track it because I'm not short on time. Yeah, nice to meet you too, Bookfinity. I identify as a man. Okay, how would you describe yourself? So there's a lot of keywords here. So that you can be religious, quirky, intelligent, fun, passionate, athletic, authentic, adventurous, ambitious, stylish, witty, serious, imaginative, enthusiastic, and loving. So this is going to be tough because I think more than 3 of these describe me. So I'll try to choose the 3 most well-fitting ones. So I think I am quirky. I think I am. I think that's true. People that get to know me, I am interesting person. Let's just say that. I think I am fun. I think I'm fun to be around. I crack a lot of jokes. I'm quite reactive. So no, I don't like walk up to people and like tell them a pre-thought joke. I just react to things like it's like the snap of a finger. Bam, joke. Bam, joke. Okay, I am passionate. But about what? About reading, I am. I'm not very athletic. I think I am quite authentic. I think I am adventurous in terms of reading. I do like to try different genres, so that's why I've not pigeonholed myself into being a fantasy channel. Am I ambitious? I think I used to be quite ambitious. I think I'm quite chill now. I'm not very stylish. I think I am witty. I am quick-witted, but I don't think that's the most well-fitting word. I think I am quite serious. I'm serious and fun. Isn't that a bit like an oxymoron? Am I imaginative? Maybe a little bit, but not that much. Am I an enthusiast? Yes, I am an enthusiast. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for adventurous because I do like trying different types of books. Okay, the next question. Other than reading books, what do you do in your spare time? Thrifting for hidden gems, creating videos or podcasts for social, gaining knowledge for future business ventures, putting together challenging puzzles, relaxing with self care, enjoying the latest exhibits at a museum, playing or watching sports, writing fan fiction, I don't think so, traveling to explore somewhere new. Okay, let's just tick those off. Do I thrift for hidden gems? No, not particularly. Do I create videos or podcasts for a social? Yep, I run a booktube channel. That's true. Do I gain knowledge for future business ventures? Maybe. I think that is probably the most relevant out of some of these because I read books. I have to put things together and do research. So if a new video is a business venture, in that case, then I do be gaining knowledge for them. So I'll click that for now. I'll see if I change my mind. Putting together challenging puzzles, no. Do I relax with self care? I think I do. I like to play some video games and just read, gain some knowledge. I don't go to museums. I don't play or watch sports. I mean, I like sometimes go on a bike ride and stuff like that, but I don't participate in team sports really. I do not write any fan fiction, and I mean, I do enjoy. I like exploring new places, but I don't really like traveling. So I'd say no to that one. So yeah, I think the three that I picked are probably the most accurate. Okie dokie, time for the next question. What does your dream vacation look like? Okay, so this is a pick one. Chilling on a beach, thrill seeking at an amusement park, skiing in the Swiss Alps, checking another national park off my bucket list, indulging on a food and wine tour through Europe, going on a mission trip for a community in need, or fantasizing my dream honeymoon. Okay. I'm not much of a beach person. I don't like extreme heat. Although being at the beach is quite nice, although it does get quite windy, so maybe not. Thrill seeking an amusement park, definitely not. I absolutely hate rides. If I go to an amusement park, I'll hit up the bumper cars, maybe one of the little slides, but I'm not going on anything that spins me around. I'm not a fan. Skiing in the Swiss Alps, never done that. I do quite like ice skating. Skiing, I guess, might be a bit similar, except you're going down a slope. But at the same time, probably quite dangerous. I don't want to break my neck. Checking another national park off my bucket list. That I can get behind. I love walking through nature, especially that kind of sense of exploration, seeing something you haven't seen before. So checking another national park off my bucket list sounds good. Indulging on a food and wine tour through Europe. I don't really like traveling, just the actual act of kind of going from one place to another on some form of public transport, because it feels like a waste of time. If I could just click my fingers and teleport to the next location, that'd be great. So this seems kind of like a bus trip or a cruise. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I do like, as I said, I kind of like exploring, but I think I really like nature, so maybe the national park is more accurate. Going on a mission trip for a community in need. I think that requires resources which I don't have. Fantasizing my dream honeymoon. Not really thought about it, though that could be fun. I think the most accurate result out of all of those is checking another national park off my bucket list. What does your perfect weekend look like? Hopefully going on a romantic date. Well, that is quite nice. playing some poker, going to church, then enjoying brunch, having fun on a girls' night out. Let's just replace that with boys' night, I guess. Roasting s'mores on a bonfire. I mean, pair that up with the last question of going to a national park. That'd be pretty sick. Working on a new project or craft. I like starting new projects. I don't like seeing them through. Trying out a new restaurant or bar. Yes. Furthering my education. I have finished my education, although I do quite like learning still. Or playing video games. Okay. It's unfortunate that this is just a choose one rather than a choose a few, because like a few of these things are quite fun. I think playing video games is quite a normal thing. So like I wouldn't say it's a perfect weekend. It's quite just a normal weekend. I think trying out a new restaurant or bar, because you get the experience of going there, of kind of getting the ambience of the place, thinking about all those different foods, ordering a nice drink, and actually eating the food, and spending time with someone that you want to spend time with. So I think that does sound quite perfect for a weekend. So I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so the next question is, what are your go-to binge shows? Outlander, not seen it. Bridgerton, not seen it. Only Murders in the Building, not seen it. Rick and Morty's all right. Game of Thrones is quite good. You know, I like fantasy, so obviously. The Last of Us, I've mentioned before that I quite like the post-apocalyptic genre, so that's pretty good. I've not seen it, but I would watch it. The Bachelor / Bachelorette, not seen it. The Chosen, not seen it. Abbott Elementary, not seen it. The Bear, not seen it. Jeopardy, a quiz show. I quite like quiz shows because I also like it's funny to be like, oh, how do you not know that? But then also like learning new stuff. I don't know if I binge a quiz show. That's the interesting thing. Criminal Minds, I'm not like mega into crime as a genre. Sports Center, no thank you. Survivor, I think like the Bear Grylls type shows are really fun. So I'll go with Game of Thrones because once again fantasy. I'll go for Survivor because I think survival is interesting, and pair that up with post-apocalypse survival, and those do sound pretty good. I mean, I prefer to read is true, but for the sake of the quiz, I think I'll go with those three shows. Okay, so in the same vein as the previous question, now we go from TV shows to movies. So which of these movies do you prefer to watch? Star Wars. I like sci-fi. It's a good blend of sci-fi and fantasy, but I've not actually watched any Star Wars movies. Same for Lord of the Rings. Very popular. Of course, that one's not really sci-fi. It's fantasy, but not seen it. Pride and Prejudice, I have not seen. Barbie, I have not seen. Anyone But You, I have not seen. Chronicles of Narnia, I quite like. I used to have some of the DVDs when I was younger. The Conjuring, I do quite like horror films, so that could be an option. Dunkirk, not seen it, but I'm also like not mega into wartime fiction. Remember the Titans, not seen. James Bond, I I don't really read thriller books, so and I'm not that interested in reading thriller books. Perks of Being a Wallflower, I have not seen. I think that is quite a popular fiction, though. Harry Potter, I've seen. I like the school magic kind of trope, so that could be a good answer. The Help, not seen. The Holiday, not seen. Gone Girl, not seen. And I prefer books. So I think once again, even though I do prefer books over movies and TV shows, I will answer with the types of things I like, because I think that's going to give a better impression of what I like to read in terms of like taste profile. So I'll go for Chronicles of Narnia. I'll go for The Conjuring, and I will go for Harry Potter. So we get fantasy, magical fantasy, and horror, essentially. Although, yeah, I don't know. I like classics, but I wouldn't class them as my favorites. And it's unfortunate because I've not seen Lord of the Rings. I can't go for it. Whereas I have seen Harry Potter, Conjuring, and Narnia. Which literary figure is your favorite? Evelyn Hugo, so I've not read. Sherlock Holmes, I've read a book. It was a short story collection, to be fair, but I wasn't that interested. I actually think I preferred Poirot to Sherlock. Katniss Everdeen is classic. Kobe Bryant, I don't know how Kobe Bryant is a literary figure, to be honest. He's a basketball player. I don't know who Alex Cross is. Carrie Bradshaw, I'm guessing that is Carrie from Stephen King's book. Paul Atreides, I've heard of, but I've not actually read Dune. Percy Jackson, I actually have never read a Percy Jackson book. If I was into reading during middle grade, I probably would have lapped up Percy Jackson, so that is a missed opportunity. The Good Samaritan, I think that links back to one of the earlier questions where it's like religion. And Martha Stewart, no. Okay, so out of those, so I've not actually read Carrie, so I don't really know what she is like from a literary perspective. I have seen the film, so I do know, I do have a vibe, but I don't know, because Stephen King's really good with like character voice. I don't know if Carrie's character voice is really well represented through the book. I have read The Hunger Games, and I did like Katniss as a character. She is quite tough and resilient, self-sacrificing, doesn't give up. There's a lot of very, very good traits about Katniss, so I think that will be my answer. I'll lock it in. Katniss Everdeen. What's your favorite thing about a plot? The plot twists. I think most of us love a good plot twist. The happily ever after. I am a sucker for a happy ending. A strong protagonist. Good versus evil. New innovations. Self-reflection. Based on a true story. Social justice. Younger age characters, or wholesome and clean. Okay. I don't think plot twists are necessary for me. I think so long as like we start off with a good plot and we know what we're working towards, that's fine. I don't need like plot twists in every chapter to keep me engaged. I'm quite happy to just see the characters progress. A happy ending is very important to me. I don't like when endings are ambiguous. I don't like when endings are sad. Yeah, so I do like a happily ever after. A strong protagonist. I do like a strong protagonist, but I don't really understand whether that is he is powerful, like he is like a kind of like Carl in Dungeon Crawler Carl, where he is kind of like a power fancy, or he's strong emotionally, like he's resilient, he goes through lots of things. I don't think I need a strong protagonist. I think I like a introspective protagonist, someone who thinks a lot and has a good perspective on things. Good versus evil is not very important to me. I think there are plenty of great stories where good and evil is not a central theme, and there's already so much fantasy with good versus evil, so I'm not too fussed. New innovations. I don't think I have read enough books. I've read about 180 to 200 or so. I don't think I need things to innovate yet because I'm not bored of everything that's already been done. Self-reflection. I I don't think that is me. I think I'm quite grounded. I don't need to look inwards to learn things. I think I prefer learning stuff from the outside. Based on a true story, definitely not important for me. Social justice is very important in the world at the moment, but I don't think I like reading books where it is like an important topic, because I think those are typically would be non-fiction. I do like books where there is themes of like racism and social inequality. I think they are very, very good themes for fiction, and learning about it is good. But I think the way that this question is referring to it might be more about non-fiction, like looking back at history and things like that. Um, Younger aged characters, so like a coming of age. I don't think I am a massive like coming of age fan. Like I will read a book in which there is a coming of age theme, but I'm not like constantly searching for the next coming of age book. Wholesome and clean. I do like wholesome and clean. I like cozy fantasy. So that is a good one, but I don't think it is the most important thing for me. So yeah, I think out of all of those, um, if strong protagonist means like a very well explored character, that could be it. But I think for me, the most important thing is a happily ever after. I'm investing a lot of time in a book. If the ending sucks, I'm like, well, what was the whole point of reading it? Sometimes it is about the journey, but I don't know. I feel like a strong ending is important for me because I want to be able to put the book down, and be like, yes, I'm so glad I've read this book. Okay, so what kind of book recommendations are you interested in receiving? I just did that thing where I like recorded the whole thing, and then I realized I wasn't even actually recording my screen, just my face. So that's quite annoying. So I'm going to try to sum up what I went through without all the yap, because this video is probably already long enough. So I think action adventure is good. I like when books have action. I like award-winning books, but I'm not searching for them. I'm not interested in biographies and memoirs, not interested in business, not interested in Christian fiction. I have nothing against Christians, and I have nothing against fiction. I'm just not interested in Christian fiction as a combination. Yeah, so I like classics. That could be a good one. I always like reading classics because they've stood the test of time. People still talk about them. They've been studied, and there is a reason to read them because you should hopefully learn something. And if you don't learn something, then at least learn about what kind of classics you like and don't like. I'm not interested in comics and graphic novels. I don't like the art style. I'm not interested in cooking and entertainment. I do not like crime, although I like mystery, but I guess I don't like when the mystery is to do with crime. I'm just not that interested. Read enough educational books through my degree. I'm not interested in reading more, and I'm not that interested in non-fiction, although sometimes it is a good change of pace. I read Control Alt Chaos recently, which is about teenage hacking, and I thought that was fascinating. But I'm not interested in getting recommendations for it. I love fantasy. It's kind of what got me back into reading, or it was also what I was quite interested in when I was young. I just kind of stopped because I was playing video games, being a kid, and all that kind of thing. Not interested in health and fitness. I'm not that interested in history. I think historical fiction is a mixed bag for me because it's been kind of 50-50, quite polarizing. If a book can paint a kind of historical setting well, it can be good. But I've been burnt by Wolf Hall and I actually hated it. So I think if people vet these books for me beforehand, if they know me and then they can recommend something, I'd be down, but I'm not searching for it. Horror and supernatural. Reading a lot of horror recently, I've discovered I actually really like the genre. So, yes, please. LGBTQIA plus. I definitely like when there are LGBT characters in books because it's good to get a bit of different perspective and see the struggles they go through and things like that. But I'm not looking for LGBT books specifically. Literary fiction, I like because you can read like the time in which these books were written is really reflected through the style and the themes and the topics that are incorporated into them. So I think I will choose that. Okay. Mind, body, and spirit, no thank you. Non-fiction, no thank you. Religion, no thank you. Romance, no thank you. If there is romance in a book that I'm reading, I'm not gonna like throw it in the bin or DNF it. I will continue reading. I just don't search for it as a main genre. Romantic fantasy are not something that really interests me. Science fiction, for sure. Um, Damn it. Okay, so I have to unpick one. I guess I'll go for science fiction over classics. I would like to read more science fiction. Seasonal books, I think, could be interesting. Not something I'm really searching for. Like, I think more like Christmas stuff is cool. So, like, I have read the Christmas Carol, and that was awesome. I know Joe Hill, Not for A2, has kind of a bit of a Christmas theme, and I would really love to read Hogfather by Terry Pratchett around Christmas. But in terms of like reading summer books in summer, winter books in winter, autumn books in autumn, and spring books in spring, that's not something I am super interested in. Self improvement, not interested. Social science, not interested. Sports and recreation, not interested because non-fiction. Thriller, I'm not that into thriller, mainly because thriller is part of like crime and mystery, or at least when horror is done through crime. And I don't really think crime is that interesting, at least not for me. Um, and then I think the other aspect of thriller is wartime books, which I'm not that interested in for the main part, because you get like spies and espionage and stuff like that. Also, kind of doomsday situation, which I think could be quite cool, but just not interested in the war aspect of it, like traditional war. Travel, not that interested. Trending titles, I think, is good, but I think by being part of Booktube, I already get to find out what is trending, what is popular. Women's fiction, I think, definitely could be something I'd be interested in reading more of. I just don't think I'm searching for specifically. And if there's anything really standing out that people are really liking and is really popular, then I'll probably find out about it through Booktube. And young adult is how I started reading, because I started with Inheritance Games. That was one of the kind of books I picked up that was like that really gripped me and got me back into reading as an adult. But I do think that I have moved on a little bit past young adult. I've not really picked up a young adult book in a while. So I've got action adventure, fantasy, literary fiction, science fiction, and horror and supernatural. I think, yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think I'll take action adventure over classics because I don't think I need that many classics recommendations. I think I already just mentally have them available, the ones that are worth reading that I haven't read, that I haven't yet read. And I'm sure I'll find them at the library and pick them up. How many books do you read a year? Am I an occasional reader with around 1 to 4 books a year? Well, I've reviewed a lot more books than that just this year. Almost a book every month, 6 to 11. At least a book a month, 12 to 24. More than 2 books a month, 25 to 50. Or a book every week or more, 50 plus. Well, I shall have to go for that last one. The last 2 years, I've smashed that. I got more than 50 for my reading challenge last year, and I am approaching 80 this year, so I can confidently say a book every week or more. Are you interested in book clubs? Yes, I am in one already. Yes, I am looking for the right one to join, or no, thank you. I think I am interested in joining a book club. I think I would probably need to find one at the right time though, because I'm quite a goal-oriented person, and so I like planning out what I'm going to read, and then I go to the library as well, which gives me something else to read outside of the plan. So I think I'd need to find the right one that has the right schedule that I can work with, because I already have so many books I want to read, and I actually do want to read them. And the idea of shoving stuff out of the TBR pile and throwing something else in, if it wasn't pre-planned, it gives me great pain. The final question was, are you interested in children's books? Yes or no? I made a mistake and now I can't go back. But my answer was no. Okay, so these are my reader types. I'm a bookworm. I don't have extra time. I'm booked. That's quite a funny pun. Beach reader, don't worry, beach happy and read something fun. While I don't really care about being at a beach, I do enjoy fun books, so that's good. Cool mum, cool dad, no description, but I think there's one down here. So bookworm, intelligent, curious, and creative. You're a true book lover. You have a strong vocabulary and get enjoyment using big words in your day-to-day conversations. There isn't a Pulitzer Prize book you haven't thought about reading. It's new and old books on your very full bookshelves because you will always find comfort in picking up a classic. The bookworms are highly respectable and dedicated readers, an elite group. Well, there you go. All of you, if you read enough, can become dedicated readers, become highly respectable, and join this elite group of bookworms. I think that sounds about right. I do really enjoy books. I enjoy books of many genres. I like learning and everything, so that's great. Beach reader, beach please. You love to turn your out of office on. Whether it's a trip to the city or surrounding yourself with the sun and the sand, you'd always rather be on vacation. You're festive and fun, making the holidays your favorite time. Pumpkin spice lattes in the fall, yes please. True, I do like them. First to decorate your Christmas tree, of course. Enjoy a light-hearted but guaranteed fun read to fit your mood. It's really interesting how I actually gauged that, because I don't think I've put much to actually signal that, but I do sometimes, when I've read a lot of like heavy dark books, like to pick up something quick and fun to cleanse my palate and just make me happy again and stop thinking about all these sad, heavy topics. Cool mum, cool dad. Whether you're a regular dad, honest mum, or honorary guardian, you're fun, adventurous, and caring. Your passion and love of learning inspire your kids to read, just like you. That's really interesting, considering I don't think once again I signaled anything, but it is weirdly accurate. I am not a parent, but I do like to share what I've learned with other people, and yep, that kind of love of learning inspires people, just like me. Weirdly accurate, but yet not a parent. Okay, before I end the video, I'm going to quickly look through the recommendations, because I think that'll be quite interesting. So I want to see recommendations based on each one of these types. So Murakami is interesting. I've not actually read any Murakami. I've heard polarizing things. Weirdly enough, I actually have read Hawk Mountain. I got it from the library. Reservoir Bitches sounds really good. I'm very interested in reading that. A Little Life, maybe at the right time. I've heard this book is like really, 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 really sad. I like sad and happy. I don't like 100% sad, and I like happy endings, as answered before. So the fact that it recommends me A Little Life's kind of crazy. President and the Frog, very interesting. The Hounding looks cute. I love the cover. It's so weird. It's very wavy. Very cool. Pachinko I've heard of, but I've heard mixed things. Everyone loves it, but someone I know who's read it wasn't a massive fan. Yeah, some cool recommendations. The Cats Disappeared from the World sounds sad. Okay, what about Beach Reader? And pardon me for how slow this website is. Okay, Beach Reads, right. So this is interesting. This is the one I'm kind of on the fence about, because I'm not sure how true it is. I mean, I do like a fun read. It's recommending me some Sarah J. Maas. I don't like books with covers like these. I'm not that into romance either, so this seems wrong. The Gingerbread Bakery. Yeah, this is rough. I think the correct books in this sub-genre or kind of vibe could be good, but I think someone would really have to really, really sell a book like this to me, for me to be interested in reading it. And what's recommended for cool mum, cool dad? I think this is interesting because we don't get to know. I was no longer active. Well, I guess we don't get to find out. I think the most accurate from that was the bookworms. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope that was enlightening for you as it was for me. I think it gives a lesson that sometimes quizzes can be right, sometimes quizzes can be wrong, and sometimes quizzes can be both correct and wrong at the same time. Because while it correctly profiled my vibes, I don't think some of the recommendations were very, very accurate. But then again, maybe I'm judging a book by its cover, and that can be wrong. That is a can of worms in its own regard. Yeah, so please be sure to like the video. Subscribe as well. There's a button down below if you enjoyed this video. If you like Booktube content and Booktube, I upload twice a week. So there's more coming for you from me. And yeah, this is a little bit of a different video. I started a new job recently and I'm not getting quite as much time to read now. So I thought, while I'm reading something long, because I'm reading Catch 22, that's like over 500 pages of like super, super dense text. Thought I'd do something a little bit different. And yeah, I thought it was interesting. It's interesting results. But yeah, if you're interested in doing the quiz, I will leave a link down to the website below. I think it just says like what kind of reader are you quiz or like reading quiz, something like that. There's a button you can press. I'd be very, very interested in finding out what your reading types are. So please do let me know down below if you are so interested as to finding out. And yeah, I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. Hope you finished your beverage. Because I've been yapping for a while. If you haven't finished it yet, then you drink a little bit slowly. But yeah, anyway, I hope you have a lovely day. And that's it from me for today. So, Rue, out.